Well, what's going on, everybody? This is Big D for the Freedom for You and Me channel. Today is, oh God, what is today? The 16th of March, 2010. Welcome back. Thank you guys for all the new subscribers and favoriting of the videos and the feedback and everything else. The last video I made I had a book that was Dare to Prepare. It's a 600-page, basically a preparation book. Anything you ever wanted to know about preparation of anything is in there. Go back to my last video if you guys haven't seen that one and check that out. And I'm looking for some more orders for that book. I think I've got 8 so far, and I think I need 20 before we can actually order a bulk shipment and get the price down. So anyway, check out that book on the last video. Let me know if you guys are interested in that. Whatever I pay, you pay, and then you pay for the shipping. I'm not looking to make a dime off of anybody. Unlike some channel, I'm not doing that. So whatever I pay, you can pay. I think if we can get 20 orders, it's $29.95 a book, and it's typically $50 or something like that. Anyway, check out that last video. All right, Illinois. Illinois is at the storm front of everything that's happening here with the economy. I think we're second to last next to California, and we're not in as big as trouble, but we're screwed. This is basically a death spiral for Illinois is in right now. Here's what I'm finding out. Here's what's up. My county has actually got the lowest unemployment rate in the state, which is, I think we're at 9.5%. Iroquois County has got 14.3% unemployment, and it's continuing to rise. I mean, we're not seeing a slowdown of anything. The outlook for construction here in Illinois is beyond dismal. I do construction and some minor development, and we're not doing anything. We're just sitting back and letting the big guys cut each other's throats, which is exactly what's happening. I got an interesting story I heard here last week. I had a meeting with an accountant, and what he was telling me was that you'll find this interesting. Illinois is broke, obviously, but here's what's happened. He had a client that overpaid. This guy's not my accountant, he's just an accountant in general. He had a company and a guy that overpaid and was owed from Illinois approximately $52,000 in refund as a business. They wanted the refund back, and Illinois told him that it is not in Illinois' budget to refund any amount to any business in Illinois. And the attorney shot back and said, well, okay, then we want interest on our money. If you're going to hold our money and not give it back to us, which is rightfully the clients, we're going to want interest on it. And they said absolutely not. So what he's advising to do, and he and a ton of other accountants here, CPAs, this guy is a CPA, and what he's advising businesses and individuals, because the way it works, you own a business, you typically send in quarterly income taxes. So that way at the end of the year you don't get hit with this massive amount of money that you owe. There's forms that you fill out, that the CPA takes care of, and every quarter you send it in, so that way it kind of leverages and averages itself out, and that way you're not getting smacked at the end of the year. So what he's advising his clients to do now is to not send in quarterlies, and to instead take the money that they were going to send into the state on a quarterly basis and set it off to the side. Put it in a short-term CD, put it in whatever, and set it off to the side. And then at the end of the year, the money's sitting there, and then decide whatever's actually owed, and that's what you send in, instead of guesstimating. And what this is going to do, this is going to be a choke-off point for revenues for the state of Illinois. And every accountant he's talking to is saying the exact same thing, that this is what they're telling them for businesses. So not only for businesses, he's doing it for individuals as well. So Illinois is in a spiral mode. They can't bring it in fast enough to pay the outstandings that they owe, but then when it's time to actually kick in to the people in the businesses, because businesses primarily pay a hell of a lot more than people do, trust me, they're not sending it back. They're just saying, no, we'll get it to you when we can get it to you. In a related story, possibly a related story, my county, the welfare checks there's no money. It's interesting. They're calling it a computer glitch. I don't really want to post the story, the link to that story, just because we are a small community, and I don't want to get inundated by a national. I got almost 1,000 subscribers, and my videos go out all over the place. But I don't want a bunch of people commenting on the local story here, because I do have a good relationship with the newspaper that is here. So just want to, but they're calling it, and it's been since the beginning of the month, and they're calling it a computer glitch. Sorry for that little diatribe there. They're calling it a computer glitch. Okay, well, you send in an IT guy, and in a couple hours, a day, tops 2 at the most, something like that's taken care of. All you guys are computer savvy, you understand that. They're saying this might be fixed sometime next week. And they cannot rule out that this doesn't have anything to do with the state of affairs, that the financial situation that Illinois is in, that they're not paying what they're supposed to pay. Interesting, because everyone who has the little link cards, I don't know how it is with everyone else, but Illinois, instead of the food lines and everything else, you get a little debit card, and then they put all your money on the debit card, and then you go out shopping and buy steaks and scrimps and all kinds of stuff like that, which annoys the hell out of me when I go shopping. Anyway, they're not working. Interesting. So Illinois is officially broke, and it's starting to trickle down. The CPAs are now withholding what they're supposed to be withholding. Because if they're not going to kick it in and kick it back, or at least pay the client interest, why would you kick in the first place? So this is going to be a death spiral for Illinois. Illinois is massively in trouble. They're looking at borrowing $5 billion more just to cover the short term. They're looking at also losing their credit rating, going from bad to worse. So Illinois is very quickly becoming California, and there's no climbing out of this. And the only thing that they can do is just tax the bejesus out of everybody, and that's what they're already talking about doing. But they're talking about after November, after the elections here in Illinois next November, raising the income tax in Illinois at least 50%. What do you think that's going to do to businesses? It's for a guy like me who's a small mom and pop, and I've got 24 employees, and what are you going to do? You're just going to say the hell with it. I'm not. You can't make a living, so you might as well jump somewhere else, shut down shop. I'm not to that point yet, but I've been pretty frugal in my business dealings, and I always put profit before overhead. And some of these guys who jumped out and decided to take cheap money and run with it and grow exponentially are now the ones that are getting in trouble. But it's a trickle down effect, and also the unemployment. I don't know what the hell they're doing. 99 weeks of unemployment. In June, when 6 million people fall off the rolls, they're probably going to extend it again because it's an election year. And what they need to do is say, all right, we're going to extend it, but here's what we're going to do. We're going to extend it for possibly 10 more weeks. And I'm not advocating this, but if you're going to extend it, at least have a fallout plan. And after 10 weeks, all right, each week you lose 10%. Each week you're going to lose 10% of what you get. Because there's guys out there sitting there saying, I'm not going to take a job because if I go take a part-time job, I'm going to lose my full-time benefits. There's no motivation to get off the couch. Illinois is in trouble. You guys really, really, really need to watch Illinois. I know all the other New York states, and all the other states are in trouble as well, but Illinois is at the bottom of the list. And what happens here is tied directly to the White House. So you guys need to really keep a close eye on Illinois because it's all Chicago politics here. Everything's tied into Chicago, and Chicago's tied to Rahm, and Rahm is tied to Obama. Everything is just the marionettes, and everything's connected. So anyway, thanks for joining me, guys. And again, check out my other video on the Dare to Prepare book, and let me know if you guys are interested in that. And I need to get a few more orders for that, and then we'll start shipping things out. So God bless, and take care.